those are my best performances. It's like in the shower, man. Like in there, I can hit the notes, man. Nah, I can't sing.
Oh, me,
I can't sing.
Hey, let us hear a little.
I can't sing.
Spit a bar.
Spit a bar real quick, bro.
I am Ted from Hours Unlimited. Did you guys do that? The cinnamon challenge when that was a thing? Did you do that?
Yes.
I never did it.
I did.
How's that?
I did it, and I lost
choke?
my sense of like taste and smell for like a week.
You did too much.
Yeah. Oh, you were good? You didn't like almost die? I literally felt like I was going to die.
almost died, but-
Nah, but there was a certain amount that you had to do. I did whatever the amount was. It was like a spoonful.
Yeah.
So we did the same amount. You said I did a lot.
Oh, you just wasn't real.
Oh, I can hear Petit in my headphones too. I mean, got the cheeseburger. McDonald's sponsor us.
Sponsor us.
Or not.
Yeah,
Or not.
Sponsor
Fuck
these
us.
guys.
Yeah.
Whole Foods sponsor us.
Whole Foods. Honestly, that Whole Foods sponsorship would be dope. But hey,
Trader Joe's sponsor us.
yeah, but hey guys, welcome to the fuck. Oh well. But welcome to the Creative Hills podcast,
Starting
guys.
on the
We're-
good foot.
We're starting off with a few little
Real life.
real life adjustments, but anyways, welcome to the Creative Hills, guys. This is actually the first episode we're having, and it's funny because like I wanted this to be the first episode. Originally, it was the first episode, so
Okay.
it's still going to be the first one you guys are watching now. Whoever is watching, like you guys are seeing this first before anything else. But originally, we shot this like 2 months ago, maybe
Like 2 months ago.
Yeah, we shot this
give or
like
take.
two months ago, and unfortunately, like the footage got lost, and like
We had a good time though. And
bro. I was high as fuck. Bro.
Were you?
I was toasted. Like I had no idea, bro. Not
Toasted.
gonna lie, 90% of the conversation we had,
you forgot.
I forgot, bro.
Hey, it's all good, man. That's
like-
why the universe allowed this opportunity for us to talk today.
I forgot about all that. Like I
So no worries.
Yeah, and honestly, like I just good thing because honestly, bro, I just know that shit was hilarious. But no, yeah. But on another note, today, like I wanted to have you on because I really fuck with what you have going on and
Thank you, my man.
the whole movement that you're bringing on. But first and foremost, my name is Anthony Brandon. I'm here with Tony Kamera.
Yes.
Up in the building. He'll talk on the mic when he wants to. My boy enjoying his meal, but he happily enjoying his meal. But this podcast is really about just creatives on our journey. Like I said, it's called the Creative Hills because all of us were constantly going through it, ups and downs, through the motions, which is life basically. And I just want to get everybody, all the creatives I know, and and the people that I eventually meet to get on here and really let each other be vulnerable and be real more than anything else. Be real, because I feel like there's a certain side of us that nobody really sees when the cameras are off or when we're not trying to put out a certain type of image for the people. So I really just want to show ourselves as much as possible, and us, like everything we're going through. This is all like a timestamp for me. Like right now, what we're gonna talk about is like literally how I feel now. Maybe a year from now, we'll feel
You'll feel differently,
We'll
for
all
sure.
feel different, you know.
No,
And
for
it's
sure.
just like
Evolution.
But
Indeed.
yeah, welcome, guys.
Thank you, my man.
For all of you guys that you guys haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Well, now you guys can subscribe because shit. But and one of the biggest things I want from this is just for everybody to enjoy and take something away from it, hopefully. But yeah, without further ado, let's get it on. And today,
Let's get it on.
let's get it on. And today we
Tony
got
was gonna sing. He's ready.
we got Tony K the singer. Nah, but we got Ted, and then I always, bro, I'm sorry, but like I always forget. I'm gonna try and get it. Lamisere.
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 I'll take it.
Lamisere.
The effort I appreciate.
Ted Lamisere.
My man.
Ted Lamisere, and we got his boy over here. Introduce yourself.
Petit Monstre in the building, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Photographer extraordinaire.
Photographer extraordinaire.
Indeed.
That part.
That part. And then Ted, explain who is Ted? Who is Ted Lamisere?
Oh wow, that's a good question. That feels like I feel like we're gonna have a very introspective moment. Like,
All right,
who is Ted?
Who is Ted?
Who am I? I'm a son of
Okay.
of my mother, Marie. My parents are both Haitian.
Shout out to her. Shout out to them.
Super shout out to her and shout out to them. My dad actually passed away a couple years ago, so shout out to her.
Damn.
All love. I grew up in Atlanta. I moved to Las Vegas in 2011. When I first got here, I was very much so in the midst of soul searching and trying to find myself and figure out how to feed my soul and be creative, but also finding a way to like live and be functioning human.
And what made you choose Vegas? Like out of all places, you're like, all right, I'm gonna soul search for myself. Let me go to Vegas. Like
honestly, the intention was to leave Atlanta. Vegas was because I have an uncle that lives here, so I knew that I knew someone that could kind of help me get acclimated with the city, and
it's kind of like my story.
Right. To where I like if something happened to me, I knew I could like call the phone, like call him and be like, "Hey, dude, I need help." Versus just being in a city where I didn't know anyone. So that's why it was Vegas. Like I had never visited or anything before I moved here either. So it was a completely new experience for me. So again, I spent like a lot of time really kind of trying to figure out life and living and finances as an adult. And then eventually I go to college out here, and then that kind of jumpstarts everything for me once I graduate out here. And I jump into like advertising, and then fast forward that leads to, in my narrative, me eventually having the desire to start ours and like create that energy.
About that, if I remember correctly, you said you went to AI, right?
I did.
You went to AI.
Yeah, so like not too far away from here.
And right before it closed down.
Well, yeah, actually it was a few years after. Like I graduated in 2016, and I want to say they're still operating now because a company like came in and like is now operating through AI. But yeah, I had a really good experience there, man. I enjoyed that a lot. It connected me with a lot of really driven and passionate people who I could like be inspired by, but also just kind of watch their journeys in terms of how they handled business. I feel like a lot of people are creative and have like extreme talent, but then the ability to be a creative and also move professionally and just do business is something that I feel like a lot of creatives don't necessarily think that you even need. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I think we maybe romanticize a bit and feel like my work is just going to be so good that people are just going to give me bags of money for it, versus understanding that like you are still a business person, right? So learning and understanding that acumen, I think, is really important, to where that experience at AI, I think, helped establish that for me for sure.
For sure. I definitely dig that, man. And can you introduce yourself, bro?
Yeah, my name's Petit Monstre. I go by my artist moniker, if you want to say. Photographer here in Las Vegas. I wasn't born here, but I was born in LA. Moved out here when I was super young in elementary school. Likewise. Been out here ever since, pretty much.
Like whenever people ask you, like, where are you from? Do you say LA? Because like at this point, I guess like depends how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm just from here. I'm like, well, I was born in Cali, but like I've been here since like middle school, which are like the years that made me. So I'm just like, fuck it, I'm a Vegas kid at this point. I always
rep Vegas. I never say I'm from California, because then if someone pressed me like, oh, what street? I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know. It's only my third day out here. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, I'm from Vegas. So,
I feel it, man. But
both of you guys are from California, but then you grew up out here. So this is your home.
Yeah, exactly. So like I fully rep. Like I have love for California because I've used to go there every weekend, and I still go there a lot for family.
Sure.
And actually, I'm moving out to LA in March. That's the plan for right now.
Okay.
And this podcast right here is kind of keeping me accountable on like what I say, because I think that's another thing. I really want this podcast to be a way to keep each other accountable and really put light that pressure. With knowing myself, one of the biggest things that keeps me going or that makes me do things the most is pressure, bro. Like I'm really good under pressure, and I think that's one of the things that I like. I like having as much pressure as I can. Obviously, I don't want to burn out, but I want to be able to have something so that I can't fail, so that I can't. And if I fail, like at least I got close to doing it, you know?
Sure. So you feel like these timestamps help keep you accountable, because then I'll like later watch this and say, hey, so it's April and you're still in Vegas?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So, that's fair.
So that kind of thing, honestly. And but what made you, like, out of all the things you could have been or chose, what made you do the graphic design specifically?
Graphic design for me, I think, came at a point where I drew and painted. Those were like the mediums that I started. That was my kind of entry point into art. And then I got to a point where I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to try to be an artist in terms of like, let me do paintings in galleries and sell my pieces, or do I want to become a commercial artist where I'm developing creative, but it is either intended to speak to a product or it as an actual product. And I think the reason why I chose design was because honestly, it just seemed more feasible for me. Like the ability to even do work kind of wherever I am, I thought was amazing. Because of, again, my entry point being drawing and painting, at one point, my intent was to be an illustrator and like jump into animation. So that even for me, eventually I kind of changed that thought because I recognized that if I wanted to be an animator or an illustrator in that space, I would have to live in like California or Florida more specifically, versus again, design I feel like gave me the flexibility to kind of move and work and do that work in any space.
What? I get that, man. I get that. You guys want the almond?
My man.
I got you, bro. But yeah, it was dope. And like, I remember first following you and I saw a lot of this was probably like the inception of ours. Honestly, I'm not sure which one came first. I'm pretty sure I probably saw you and ours at the same time.
I think you and I connected initially, and then ours came after. Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty new, like within the last couple of years, and
yeah, man,
all this just kind of came about. Like, what exactly inspired ours?
What inspires ours? I think I get to a point where I'm working for an agency in Las Vegas and developing advertising and marketing. I have what I feel like is free time or just the extra energy to put into something else. Taking the fashion approach and starting a fashion brand was something that like years before a younger version of myself attempted to do, but didn't necessarily have maybe not the drive or even like the skill set or again, business acumen to like function and develop something sustainable at that age to where fast forward, I'm a little older. I feel better equipped in terms of like creatively. And I just, again, felt like now is a good time to do this. So initially it was kind of understanding what I wanted to do outside of just like developing fashion. Like there's a lot of clothes. So it's like, what is going to give this like meaning for me in a way that allows it to be sustainable to where I can just continue to put energy and passion into it. So I appreciated the fact that being at the agency that I was at was as a result of like cumulative moments of people contributing to me. So like the community around me, like inspiring me, connecting me with other people, just giving me like insights and direction in my journey to where I'm like, I appreciate all of those people. So the ability to create like that community energy and like help other people by means of, again, everything that I feel like allowed me to be in that moment was the kind of the backbone of ours in terms of, again, like an ethos or a meaning that I could attach to it outside of just like developing fashion pieces.
Yeah, I love that, man. I love like the look. I like the whole branding side of everything, like how it's very organic, as you may say.
Thank you, man.
Organic, and aside from that, is it's just very coherent. And everything just really lines up together, and I really like the color tones and everything.
For sure, thank you, man.
But going back to like some of your graphic design work, for somebody that might be interested watching right now, and getting into that eventually, like, I know you've like helped work on some stuff for like Big Chicken, per se. How many people actually go into a project like that? That's one of the things that I'm actually really curious about.
When you say how many people, you mean like the team of people that then produce, say, that Big Chicken project?
Like I guess when it comes to the branding side of it.
I mean, it varies, honestly. I know from like agency to agency, depending on the size of the agency, it could be 30 people or it could be 3 people, depending on, again, what my bandwidth is within my particular company. For that project, that was probably, I think there were 8 people total on the entire project. Not all of those people are functioning as a creative, but that collective energy is what then allows something like Big Chicken to happen.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people, they might be thinking like, especially because nowadays it's like everybody does shit on their own, you know, but still for corporate things, it's like they have a whole team of people doing it.
Yeah, man. And I having that experience helps me a lot now working on ours because, again, it helps put in perspective that I can't do this by myself. Like, so in the realest way, like it is ours.
Yeah.
Like even Petit being here today, like him and I connected back in September for the first time. Like I'm just meeting and getting to know Petit in the process of just, again, energy, you know what I mean? Like meeting him and having a good energy with him, always respecting and admiring his work. And then us just kind of connecting, right? Even from a aesthetic and like fashion perspective, like it's resonating and it's connected with him in a way where I'm like, man, hey, in the process, like if I can bring value and like help in whatever way, like let's do it, you know what I mean? Like let's spend more time together, like show me, like I got to get behind a camera for the first time a week ago as a result of like, dude, it was amazing. It was super intimidating as well, but it was such a great experience. And it I remember telling them like, yo, I understand why like that like addictive feeling that people get from it, where you're like, I just want to, right. That was incredible. So again, the ability to say, hey, by means of this energy that we create with ours, I can help you, you can help me, and we can grow like collectively. So that even the whole concept and thought of things being organic relates to that, you know what I mean? To where that energy is organic and then growth then ensues.
I agree. I think collaboration is like one of the best things you can do whenever like mutual people come together and really put the thing that they want to achieve beyond themselves and put that, like, do whatever it takes to make something the best it can be and not let anything be ego driven or like, I got to do this myself or I do this way. It's like at the end of the day, like whatever works best should really be what ends up being done, you know?
Man. I think sometimes what happens is that we want to like in the moment where victory is like happening, we want to be able to be like, I did that. You know what I mean? Like me, versus like, I appreciate the ability to say like, yo, we did that. Whether it's Petit and I, whether it's like our interns and our like kind of group as well, whether it's like other creative peers that I have like you guys, you know what I mean? To where I'm like, if we all are contributing and we all benefit, then I don't, like the victory can be ours, like genuinely.
I feel that, man.
Correct.
I resonate with that so much. And just to get a little bit more entertaining, in case we lost anybody so far, just because some people like to be entertained more. Like, how effective is it? Have you ever used that on like to pick up any women in your life? Be like, so I got this clothing brand. Like, have you ever used it as?
I don't think it's like, like granted, like when we host pop-ups and like events, like I meet a bunch of people, but it's not necessarily something that I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm Ted. Nah, this dude, nah.
You be like,
not at all,
you
man.
like the shirt? I made that.
Love for everybody.
I made that right there.
No, but like, again, like the ability to just meet people by means of like different events, like that's always dope. And I appreciate like those moments for sure, man. But I don't know that it's something, like I said, that I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm Ted. I got a fashion brand. You know what I mean? Like, let me style you. Like, that's not a thing for me.
Never know. That might be the next trend, bro. At first, it's like, as a recent, it was like photographer, bro. Like, if I'm being real, it was like.
The photographer, that's been a thing for sure. Where it's like, hey, let's get together. I'll shoot some photos of you for free.
Exactly.
That's our first date. Like it.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. And so, like, I'm like, maybe that could be the next wave. All of a sudden, everybody has their own clothing brand. They're like,
I don't know that I'm going to be the wave starter in that, but it could be. The photographer thing, to your point again, super a thing. Oh, so yeah, let's turn the tables a little bit. You guys, how often is that a thing where you're like, hey, I like you, but like, let's vibe creatively, and then you're like, so our second date's gonna be.
Yeah, honestly, I'll let Tony speak after, but
no
like,
comment.
Look at Tony smile. He's like, oh no, y'all can't hear this story.
But no, like me, I don't know. Maybe because, to be honest, like the reason I also stopped doing photography is because it was always more of like a tool for me personally, and it was always more. I always saw it as a way of getting by or as a way of bringing in income. So I saw it as a business before anything else.
Okay.
And so I kept it as professional as possible. So like, and at the time I was a way more serious person. Like I did not like loose as much. So like, I remember just like going on photo shoots with these girls and just keeping it so professional. I think too professional to the point where like, it was like, I didn't know that we're all fucking humans at the end of the day. It's like, we're all fucking humans living. It's like, we're here to have fun. We're here to do this. And it was fun by all means, but at the same time, it was like I had a caution. I kind of had like a caution in my mind saying like, oh no, like nothing can happen here, or nothing, or I can't, like we can't even be that close of friends or whatever. But it's just like at the end of the day, we're all fucking humans. Like there's people in the workplace that they end up getting at each other. You get me? Or that they end up
in the workplace. Yeah, that usually happens in the workplace.
Exactly.
You spend a lot of time with those people.
Exactly.
You know what I
So
mean?
it's like shit like that. It's like at the end of the day, it's like we're all humans. We're all here to have fun. We're all here to fucking live life. And it's like whatever happens, happens. But the only thing I guess not necessarily. Well, I guess there's some people that take that shit to another level, to an extreme where it could be like, I guess
kind of dangerous.
Yeah, and once photographers started to be creepy about shit, that's when I'm like, all right, that's my problem, or that's what I have a problem with.
Now you have to live under that stigma as well.
Exactly, that's what I have a problem with. Yeah. But I guess when it comes to if whatever happens outside of that, or as long as that's not your intention the whole time,
sure.
Like I think it's a free game for all. You know?
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, Ted. So, one of the things that stuck out to me right away after we met is like, honestly, bro, how big you are, bro. Like you're
we're gonna have that conversation. Let's do it.
You're a big guy.
Pause.
Pause.
I know. I just wasn't expecting that, so I'm like, he's like, you're really big. I'm like, all right.
No, but yeah, how tall are you, bro?
I'm probably 6 foot with these shoes on.
Really?
So I'm like 5'11".
I would have thought you were taller, bro.
I appreciate that, man.
But nah, bro, you be hitting the gym hard, huh?
A little bit. Let me like uncross my arms. My arms are crossed.
Go ahead, bro.
Goodness.
You got it.
Let me sit comfortable.
Just flex on
Nah, no flex at all. I don't need to flex, bro. Nah, it's cool.
No flex.
He said that.
So interestingly enough, I used to actually be really, really overweight, man.
Really?
Yeah.
How long ago are we talking?
High school. So like I'm 32 this year. 32 a week ago.
Hey. Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I used to be really overweight in like high school and started playing sports, like started playing basketball and then transformation. Worked out, transformation.
So that's what changed the whole game forever.
For kind of forever. Like in my like 20s, I kind of like went up and down in terms of like thinking I could eat whatever and eating a bunch of whatever and gaining weight and then losing weight, gaining weight. And then eventually I got really sick. Damn. And then that kind of changed my entire like perspective on how I look at food. So again, some of the thought that comes from like the organic campaign comes from that as well, where it's to encourage to just be more like natural in what we're putting in our bodies as well, because like it has such an impact on everything, like your emotional state, your mind, especially as a creative person. Yeah, like how you feel. I know for myself is very, very closely connected to my work.
Yeah, I agree on that completely. Like how you feel, whether it comes to physical workout, mental workouts, to just everything. Like that's one of the things that I've been currently really trying to improve on, because I like at one point in the past I was vegan, right? And I realized that was like some of the points that I felt the best at. Like I really felt amazing. And now I actually just decided to go vegetarian. So like and just do little things like drink alkaline water and
staying hydrated.
Yeah, just everything to really just do the most to take care of our bodies, you know? Right. And I think that's really important. If I remember the first time we met up, like shit, we met up at a Whole Foods, bro.
Yeah, we did meet up at a Whole Foods. I mean, I said a lot of meetings at Whole Foods.
Really?
Yeah, man.
That's your go-to spot?
If you meet with me 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say meet me at a Whole Foods for sure.
Hey, they got good breakfast at Whole Foods.
They got an amazing hot bar, really good ambiance, fresh eggs, produce, soaps. I'm really into soaps. That's random, but like super into soaps this year. Yeah.
Just this year?
Especially this year. I think it started like last year, like different kinds of soaps. Yeah.
You just experiment or what?
Different essential oils and different things. Yeah, man. So if you guys aren't like grooming, super like explore some soaps. And
what sparked that? Like what makes a man say?
So when I got to the point that, again, I got really sick and my health kind of took a toll, or like a change for the worse, it changed my perspective again on like what I was putting in my body. And I think that kind of changed my perspective on like how I took care of my body, like inside out, you know what I mean? Where I'm like being more mindful of like how I moisturize my skin and things that maybe like as a man I'm not supposed to, whatever that means, you know what I mean? But I'm like, I care about my skin, you know what I mean?
Definitely. All of you guys, like, what do you guys have any like daily rituals or that something that like you have to do every day when it comes to like self-care? For example, me, like I won't leave the house without putting on lotion. Like I don't care how late I am, bro. Like I'm not leaving my house without lotion and probably cologne, bro.
For us three, we kind of have to.
I'm melanated, like these gentlemen to my left and my right. So
don't have a choice.
Moisturizing is like that's just necessary. You said it like it was like it's necessary. Like I can't leave my house even if I'm on the run. It's like gotta moisturize,
especially in the winter.
Right.
Ashy season.
Yeah.
Right.
Ashy season.
Yeah.
So your question was, are there any rituals?
Yeah.
We'll start with my man Petit, bro. Do you have any rituals?
What can't you leave the house without doing, bro?
Usually, I mean, I'm pretty simple. I just do regular stuff. Take a shower, brush my teeth. I've been doing the cologne thing though, for sure.
Cologne
because there's one cologne that I just got, or I didn't just get it, but like this past year that I've been wearing all the time. It's YSL.
Oh.
YSL. It's called Y
Sponsor
by
us.
YSL.
Okay.
YSL, what up? Holla. Anyways, every time I wear it, a woman is always like, "You smell so good." Da, 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 da.
Cologne is a game changer. Like just like whatever cologne, as long as it smells good, obviously. But I realized that changed the game for me because I think like a year ago, 2 years ago, maybe I didn't wear any, and all of a sudden within the last year I started wearing some, bro. Every time I hang out with a girl, for the most part, like they're for the most part, you know.
Okay. No, that's
like,
real.
Like they always say something about like you smell good,
Sure.
and then it's just like.
So again, if we go back to like, so why do you like care about soaps and stuff, Ted? Like, like so your body has like you have a distinct like pheromone that you put out. You know what I mean? So if you are then clean, moisturized, etc., not to like dive too deep into that, but it like speaks to the same thing as far as like you put cologne on so that you can like give off this pheromone and energy in that way. To where imagine combining that with self care. Can't lose, man.
Can't lose. What
Batting 1,000, Anthony.
What about you, Ted?
What's up?
What's something that you can't like leave the house without doing?
What's something I can't leave the house without doing? That's a great question. I listen to music every single, I feel like, second of my life. So that's something I like definitely do every single morning, every day.
You play music? You guys play music in the shower?
Super.
Yes.
Dude, I have a speaker in my bathroom.
Gotta do it.
Have to.
Got to.
That's my best, like, those are my best performances. It's like in the shower, man. Like in there, I can hit the notes, man. Nah, I can't sing.
Oh, me,
I can't sing.
Hey, let us hear a little.
I can't sing.
Spit a bar.
Spit a bar real quick, bro.
I am Ted from Hours Unlimited, Las Vegas-based fashion brand. Singing, I don't do that though. But in the shower,
Bruh, just
man,
hang around Ted for a little bit. You'll just catch him. He'll be out here.
I sing a little bit, but it's not like a thing that I feel like I can do. I'm just like, I sing because
I feel it.
we can all sing.
Practice.
Right.
What about you, Tony, bro? What do you do before going to leaving the house every morning? What do you do, bro?
Cologne or body spray. That's one.
Okay.
Read my affirmations. That's two.
Ooh.
And
Wow,
pray.
Tony got all of us. Dang, he got us.
Yeah.
Affirmations and praying.
No.
Wow, you won, Tony.
On some real shit, that's actually something that I do from time to time. Sometimes I forget, but I really fuck with that. And Tony has made it a ritual, like every fucking day. He has a piece of paper where he writes, "I am this, I am that, I am this," and this man like reads it every single morning, and so that's inspiring. And I think it's kind of I think it's overlooked of like how powerful something like that can be. Honestly, of like reminding yourself every day what you are, and even if you're not that at that moment, just saying that I am, eventually it becomes true. You know,
Definitely.
and that's just powerful. Honestly,
Manifest destiny.
Indeed.
Manifest.
Indeed.
You guys believe in manifesting a lot?
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
So speaking of that, how do you guys feel about the fake it to make it, or fake it until you make it? Excuse me. How do you guys feel about that? Like that thought, that concept, which I feel like right now we live in, like a lot of us live in, because people are like, I'm a creative in whatever capacity, but I also have a life. You know what I mean? That isn't my brand in terms of who I am as a creative. To where, like, how do you guys feel about just the nature of that now with social media? Yeah,
I think you should be confident as fuck in whatever you do, regardless of where you're at the moment, but also know yourself, because I think some people try to flex or try to portray something that they really aren't, which sometimes it makes sense. You know, it's like I think we all do that to some extent, right?
Okay.
But I just think putting on a false image of everything is great when it really isn't. I don't know. It's kind of
it's like mixed.
back and forth.
I have like mixed opinions about it. Yeah,
right.
Mixed emotions.
And that's why like I brought it up.
Say,
I feel like there's a lot of different perspectives on it.
Like say I go to like Speed Vegas, you know, you guys are familiar with Speed Vegas,
right?
Yeah.
Exotic cars, high-end vehicles.
You know, and I take a picture, you know, and like say with me, you know, beside like a Lamborghini.
Right.
I mean, and I posted like, that's cool.
Right.
But it's like, don't make it seem like, oh, this is my Lamborghini, you know what I'm saying? Like.
But that, I feel like that video could do that, no? I feel like that video, I'm not saying that it's mine, but I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. One of the biggest. Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
Go off.
Tony.
Wait. Say that again.
So your example, right, was like if I'm at, what is the place called again?
Speed Vegas.
Mm-hmm. And I take a picture next to a Lamborghini and I show it to you, right? Yeah. You're like, in that, I'm not saying that it's mine. I'm not being like, oh, this is my car. Yeah. But I feel like there's there's the ability to assume, which I like. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I appreciate that energy in that, where it's like, is it mine? I didn't say that it was, and I didn't say that it wasn't.
Yeah. But I think it all depends on like the caption also, like how the caption is.
But if it's like a story post, there's no caption. You're just posting it. You know what I mean? It's like
you had a Drake caption on there.
Drake caption.
Is what Tony?
But no, that's
like, you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
I feel like it's a fine line, and I'm like, again, I appreciate the ability to do that. But again, what is that? For me, I think it all sums up to like, what are you actually doing though? Like I'm completely okay with the guy who puts up the picture up with the Lamborghini and it's not his. Yeah. If he's then like taking steps towards getting to that Lamborghini.
Yeah, that's
like real steps though. You know what I mean? Not like I'm just doing this thing like, to perpetuate this, but then I'm going to go over here and not really pursue it in that way.
I get you 100% on that. And one of the things that I've personally been really working on is that I feel like for the longest time, because I remember being huge on like fucking Instagram growth from like the moment I started the photography thing. Growth, my bad.
Oh,
Instagram.
I thought you said girls. No, I thought you said girls too.
I definitely did also.
Social
growth.
growth. Yeah, I remember the first time like I got on that. Like I was so curious on like, all right, if I do this, if I post that, if I show this, if I do that, like maybe I'll grow followers, I'll get this, and it did work when I was doing it.
Sure.
But nowadays I don't know. I kind of like losing the interest of doing such a thing, and I'm at a point where I'm trying to be transparent as possible, honestly. Like so many things I wouldn't talk about before. For example, right now, I want to put a timestamp on this. So it's the end of 2019, right? Currently, right now, like I have a day job. And one of the things it just all of a sudden it got frowned upon to have a day job as a creative when like if we're keeping it real, most creatives have day jobs. And it's like some people try to flex like they're too good for that shit when it's like, when did it become such a thing to frown upon? You get me? Like at the end of the day, I think we all got to do what we got to do. And don't get me wrong, I was one of those people because at one point I did do photography full time, and I remember that point I was in that perspective where I was like fuck that 9-to-5 shit type shit. You get me? But it's just like a lot of time. It's like at the end of the day, we got to do whatever we got to do, and I'm not afraid to at this point in time say this is where I'm at, and like. But at the same time, I know where I'm going.
Right. Everything is cumulative, man. Like you can have a job because you need money.
Exactly.
Like if that's adding up to whatever the next step is, then
so
it's a part of the journey.
So I feel like a creative, like too many people take too much pride or their ego builds up and they refuse to like just be genuine about whatever is going on. Like,
and also like pick a job that you like. Like also like a company that you you can like grow in, if anything,
and you can at least enjoy that process. Yeah,
because like I think like the only reason why people like hate their 9-to-5 is because
they didn't pick something that they like.
They just like chose something just because it pays.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, we're all just trying to find a way to get through. And right now, like my job, it's for me personally at the time it's just a vehicle that allows me to do shit like this.
Right.
You get me? It pays for all these lights and all this equipment and
just to fund your dreams. That's all.
Yeah, it just funds my dreams. At the end of the day, like at this point in time, I'm not ashamed to say it, and it's just like I feel if I'm being honest, a year ago I would have been ashamed to say some shit like this. You get me?
Right.
And it's just like it's gotten to the point where we care too much about what other people think and how they perceive us, even when we're not actually there yet, which is kind of funny. You get me?
Right. And I appreciate your ability, I think, to evolve to this point, because again, I feel like there's definitely still a lot of people who like the whole fake it till you make it mindset is affecting them in that way. You know what I mean? Where they can't even like.
And I think sometimes we say so much and dig ourselves so deep that we start to believe things that aren't even true, which kind of keeps us from progressing because we're like, oh no, we already know that, or we're already here. And sometimes when we lie to ourselves, that keeps us from evolving. Keeps us from getting to the next step. Like you could be like say if a brand new a brand new photographer, he acts like he knows more than he really does. So when he's around someone that actually knows, he's not interested in learning because he's like, no, I already know that. But in reality, if he took the time to admit where he's at, he could learn so much more.
Definitely.
You get me?
Definitely.
Little shit like that.
Indeed.
But we got like about 20 days left in the year, guys. Like,
indeed.
The end of a decade. Can you guys believe that?
2019.
A decade. Not just a year, a decade.
No, for sure. How old are you guys again? You guys are both like young, man. I appreciate your both ability to
I just turned 20.
Kind of navigate all of this.
Yeah, I just turned 23.
Okay.
And the more older I get, the more I realize that, like, bro, like, age is just a number at the end of the day. It's all about how you feel within that time. But I remember being 21 and I felt older than I am now. You get me? And it's weird. It's weird as fuck.
That's
like,
fair.
It's all in our head. At the end of the day, everything's just in our head. Everything is, we create the image of this life that we live around us.
Indeed.
But yeah, like, I'm chilling at this point in time. But are there any things that you guys want to? How do you guys want to end the year? Are there any things that you guys are like, all right, there's 20 days in the year, 20 days left in the year. What do you guys want to make happen before the year ends?
Go ahead,
Tony. What are some things that I want to do? Honestly, I really want to be intentional about like having meaningful moments with people that I'm like either already care about or I'm like fostering a deeper kind of relationship with. I think it's like really important for me to do that. Reading more actively has been something I've been like working on and really trying to just make a natural part of like my days, to where I've been doing my best to like step away from like picking up my phone and checking for a notification and just like, let me spend 15, 20 minutes like reading versus spending it on my phone.
That's great.
And just like enjoying the process, enjoying the rest of the year. Like, again, doing my best to like balance everything out. Like today's been a pretty long day and like after this we're like heading to something else as well. But like at each point, like being intentional about enjoying it.
All right. I love that. What about you, bro?
I would just say I don't really have anything in particular that I want to execute before the year's over, but I just been working on like like pretty much networking and opening myself up a little bit more, because usually like I'll be the guy in the room that's just like, I'm here, but I'm just standing in the back. You know what I'm saying? I'm just checking everything out. So I try to, especially hanging out with Ted more, like I've learned to like, you don't have to be the loudest person in the room or whatever, but just like...
Just the tallest.
Yeah.
just the biggest, right?
Nah, you don't have to be the biggest, man. Like, I feel like every person has their, like... We each have our own powers and, like, the ability to make an influence in a room, you know what I mean?
I feel that.
Not even in, like, an egotistical way, but just because, like, each of us are powerful in our own way, to where I appreciate being able to connect with Petit, because I feel like as I'm, like, evolving and connecting with him, I'm, like... finding things in him that I'm like, oh, I admire that. Like, okay, let me like adopt that and use that in myself in my own process, to where I appreciate the ability to hopefully like give him that same energy as well in the process, to where again, I respect the fact that like all like it's ours, like genuinely, like this is not possible as a result of not all of us here. You know what I mean? Like Tony has to be here to like run the cameras, and you really good with audio. Without those two components, like it's not as amazing. True. You know what I mean?
I agree 100%. What about you, Tony? What you got going on? What you got on your bucket list?
Too many things.
Too many things.
He's like, let me start at number 105.
What do I have?
He's thinking about the baddies right now. He's thinking about
the baddies.
He's thinking about the baddies.
That too, but that's the last.
I can't.
That too.
The baddies.
Tony got him too.
No.
Check him out.
I keep things professional. I don't know what you guys talking about.
This guy.
But
Fire emoji.
I heard about you.
No, but just staying like productive.
Sure.
Yeah, productive. You know, just maintain like a healthy mental. You know.
Right. How long have you been doing the affirmations, Tony?
Oh, since like I started doing it like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do them every day?
Yeah, every day.
That's
well, I mean,
man.
I'm not gonna say, you know, I walk out the house.
You
like,
make it a habit to do it every day.
Sure. Like 90, I'll say 95% of the time, like I remember, but like those, like the other 5% that I don't remember, I'm like, I be like,
you feel like it has an impact on your day when you don't?
No, not really. I just I feel like upset at myself.
That's fair.
You know,
that's fair.
Do you?
But But as far as like praying, like always pray. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you read them out loud, bro, or do you read them just in your head?
No, I read them out loud.
Out loud?
You know, not like, yeah, but I'm like, then I take off.
What about when you have girls over, bro? How do you do that? Like,
How do what?
Do you just, like, when you have girls over, when you have them spend the night, do you read them, like, while they're just there and they just look at you? Like,
Oh, no.
I am great. I am amazing.
No, I don't read them. I mean, they notice it. They see it. Yeah. They actually like
yeah, I'm sure
they dig that.
Yeah, no,
they
of course.
dig that shit.
yeah. Yeah. Like it was this girl that, you know, like came before like in my room and she was like out of nowhere, she read it. She was like reading it and she was like, I love you. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, just that. That was like her reaction. Like she was just reading it.
My mirror.
Yeah.
I'm about to write. Hey, do it, bro.
Petit,
Shit.
man. Hey, my guy Petit here on the single. So I know you guys are like single guys too, and like, hey, plug him, man. Put him on the show. Like, put his Instagram in the bio, everything.
Hey, go, shotties, go, give my man a follow over here.
Shawty's Petit.
No, man, like, yeah, like
Shawties.
I'm really out here.
no, like for real though, like your work has been like improving and everything, man. I've noticed it.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
like that, that shot. Well, first, like the work that you guys did,
Man,
that was fire.
Man, this guy's incredible, dude. And like Petit's a really humble cat. He's just like reserved. Yeah. So I appreciate like that he has that energy to where even when we shot that piece that we shot together, he was so chill the whole time that I was like, I don't know, man. I feel like maybe he's like missing some things and just kind of hanging out. Like, because we had 2 photographers, so it's him and another photographer, right? And the other photographer's like, boom, boom, you guys do this, go there, et cetera, et cetera. And he's just kind of like, he's still like, hey, come here, like, but in his way, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then in post, I'm like, dude, this is crazy.
I liked it. Like, I liked the content. It was
man.
Really nice.
Which ones have you been a part of? Like, was it the...
the organic hoodie piece that we shot.
Was it the one in like the fields in like the...
Right. We shot it with 2 models.
Okay,
Amani and
orange
Ashton.
Hats too, right?
We didn't do orange hats in that one. We didn't do any hats in that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was a later piece that I think we did the caps in.
Okay.
Hey, go get yourself some. I was gonna take it off. I can't.
man.
And those
Hours
pictures
merch.
that you shot with I don't know his name.
Sorrel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Heat.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh my God.
I was like, is this Vegas?
This is
Like,
Vegas.
why is so much greenery in this picture, right?
Yeah, we found
That's fire.
found a fire spot, man. Fire location.
That's what's up, man. That's good.
Yeah, man. Kudos to all of you guys, man. Y'all are doing some incredible work, man.
Hey, we
Genuinely.
try. At the end of the day, I think what I like to see is just everybody elevating each other up. You know, everybody
More elevating in 2020.
Yeah.
More growth in 2020.
I'm all about just really getting to know people and really just showing love and support. You know,
by the way,
wherever I can.
I gotta interrupt. Check out my man's tattoo though. Ooh.
Oh shit! I just
You
got
got a tattoo on your hand. I noticed that.
Actually,
Okay. What does it say?
It's peeling right now.
He broke his tattoo virginity.
Yeah, it's peeling right now. Damn, I forgot about that shit. Yeah, you're right. It's peeling right now, so it looks kind of shitty, but it says forever grateful. Like,
Okay.
that just kind of resonated with me a lot. Like, I remember I was looking at a few ideas, and one of the words, because I never wanted to get something like that I would regret the next day. You know,
Sure.
I don't want to regret it next year, 5 years from now. And I was just thinking about it, and the word grateful kept coming up. But originally I was gonna get it in the center, but I was just like that looks too plain. And then all of a sudden I was talking to Tony one day, and I mentioned grateful, and then he said forever grateful. He said I want to put that on a shirt, and then I was just like, that just clicked for me, and I was just like, forever grateful. That's it. I'm gonna get it. And then when it came to placement, everything else felt wrong. I don't know why. And all of a sudden, this just happened to
Your
click,
right
and I
hand.
was just
That's
like,
fair. It seems like your like dominant hand, like you gesture with your right hand and everything.
And it's just like a daily reminder, like wherever I am in life. And that's the message for me too, personally. Like, I feel like gratitude has been the best thing that has been going on for me lately.
That's
like,
incredible, man.
Like, regardless of the ups and the downs, wherever I'm at in life, like there's always something to be grateful for.
Everything is relative, for sure.
There's always something to be grateful for.
Indeed.
So yeah,
That's a really good mindset to have, man. Wow.
yeah, that's the meaning behind my tattoo. Oh, and we actually got matching tattoos. Hey, look.
Pause. But yeah,
the match.
Dig it, man.
And he got Africa. He got Africa on his hand.
oh, that was mandatory for sure.
My boy got Africa. Hey, tattoos on deck.
Kudos, gentlemen. Kudos.
Hey, about to put in my bio.
Cheers to matching
tatted gang. Tatted gang in my bio.
Tat gang.
Yeah.
Blasted.
Give the people the name of your podcast one more time, my man. I feel like it's important for the people to be able to hear it.
Yeah, the Creative Hills podcast. That's essentially the brand that I'm going to host everything under, whether it's photography, music, videos, everything. And eventually I want to, once I establish myself as an artist, as a musician, I really want to give a platform for others. And so that's the whole point of this, to really just create an environment where everybody can get together and everybody can have a platform to share their mind, you know?
That's
I want to have all different kinds of people, from like fucking shit therapists to fucking physicians. Sure. Everyone that does something creative in their space.
Great, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations on this, like starting this, launching this project. Congratulations on the future growth you'll experience as well.
Thank you.
Creative Hills Podcast. What's your Instagram?
At the Creative Hills. That's what it is. Mine's Anthony Brandon. Actually, speaking on Instagram, I want to talk about that. I actually deleted, like, temporarily disabled it till the end of the year. And
that's cool. That's dope.
Yeah, I just feel like I needed some clarity. Not clarity. I have clarity. I think I just wanted to focus. So I said, I'm going to LA in March. I need to do everything. So for the next few days, I want no distractions. Really just focus in on everything I have to do to get there. So I'm like, all right, like, I'm not going to have this on my phone. And low key, like, there's been times where I just stare at my phone. And I'm like, what do I do now? Like, there'll be like downtime and I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? Like,
possibilities are endless.
Like, it got me sending text.
There's like a list of 100 things that you're like, I want to do this, this, and this, to where like that's where I think that energy goes to. I appreciate your ability to do that, man. Kudos. But like, genuinely, use the time, like that 20 days if you're not going to be online.
Exactly.
Like, use every second that you can outside of, like, of course, living, going to work, etc.
Yeah, and so just that has already been like something that I think going in the right direction. Initially, I wanted to do it till I move out to LA, but I'm like, that's definitely not going to happen.
He's like, I'm too addicted. I hear that.
That's definitely not going to happen.
No, for sure.
But yeah, I try to do that the most as possible.
So Creative Hills Podcast, Instagram.
Creative Hills Podcast. My personal is Anthony Brandon.
Okay.
We got over here, we got my boy Tony Kamera, right? Tony?
Yeah, Tony Kamera or Tony Camera. Yeah, whichever.
I like Kamera. I feel like that's the first time I've heard that. Is that how you're supposed to say it?
Yeah.
Kamera?
Kamera.
But the thing is, like, Instagram don't have accents.
That's not your last name, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It is, really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's amazing. That's incredible, dude. It's not. Okay, I was gonna say, dude, if that was your last name, I was about to be like, dude, here's a lifetime supply of hours merch, like, genuinely.
The funny thing is, everybody always thinks that.
Kamera, especially, when I thought it was camera, I was like, okay, camera.
Makes sense.
But Kamera, like, gives it a little.
That's
whoa.
Funny, 'cause I used to read it as Kamera.
Huh?
Really?
Yeah, like when I just used to read it, that's how I used to read it.
Yeah, no, that's how it was supposed to be. That's how it was supposed to be, but everybody saying camera, so I'm like, okay, forget it. Just say camera.
Yeah, camera. People just say camera, especially because it's like you're a photographer. So
camera. Because Instagram was supposed to, they don't have accents. It was supposed to be an accent on the.
I got you on the E. I got you.
Yo, before, like, I've been talking to Tony about this so much, but bro, if you haven't gotten a chance to go watch Waves yet, bro.
Waves?
This guy.
Fuck, it's not Waves. Wait, no, it is Waves. The movie called Waves. I think I sent you a link to it on Instagram.
Did you?
I think so. Yeah, remember, because I think you posted something about Queen and Slim.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. You said it was another, like, no, dude, I haven't watched that. I apologize. Watch that yet.
Bro,
yeah, I will.
Amazing fucking movie, bro.
Okay.
And like, it was just beautiful. And at the end of the day, in conclusion to all that, with this being said,
right,
I realized that next year, bro, 2020, I'm looking for a light-skinned girl with the fro, bro.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's on that note, we're Hours Unlimited. On Instagram, it's Hours Unlimited. Hours like yours and mine. OURS. My personal is TED Talks Design. Petit.
Mine is the number 1, Petit, PETIT .Monstre, MONSTRE, spelled, it's French.
Ladies, go.
Petit Monstre.
Go slide in.
Please, like, look at this gentleman's work, for real. Really, really talented cat,
just
man.
slip right in with the surf emoji.
Surf emoji.
Waves.
Waves. But gentlemen, thank you guys for having us, man. Thank you for being such amazing hosts with the clementines and the snacks and all that as well.
Yeah, bro. No problem, bro.
Incredible conversation.
Definitely.
Awesome energy as always. Again, super wish you guys the best, genuinely.
Yeah, bro. Wish Nothing but the best for all of us for 2020, bro. Let's make 2020 the best year of our lives.
Let's keep growing in 2020, gentlemen.
Indeed.
Let's do it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
No, where's the clap? Oh, there you go.
Oh, the clap. Thank you. Love.
I was going for the clap.
No, it's cool. I'll take all of them.